Alright, hello. And welcome back to Disco Elysium. Hello there, VO. How are you? Let's see. When I last left off, I died. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh wait, did I... Where am I exactly? Okay, I did all that. Oh, I'm doing fine. I'm really tired, though. This might be a shorter one. I might just get through the, what's it called? The doomed commercial area. And that will probably be it for
radio
tonight.
computer. Just sitting here.
Okay, so I left off right before I turned this on.
We have one of these done.
Okay, insert that thing. Play that.
Good morning. Please repeat. The filament. Yes. Good.
What was it? Oh yeah, it's
No.
the password thingy. I don't know the password.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Call me
Fortress
that.
1. Fortress.
Wow, so conceptual.
And good. Please repeat the proceed. Fortress accident.
She
Machine.
repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
I will now. Please, thank you.
Let's see. Print.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Someone tried to... Oh yeah, that's right.
No, that's not.
I
It
did
looks
all
like one
this
of these.
yesterday. Let's see.
Indeed.
Are you planning to do
True
that?
calling tenders to get. Not to my. But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interis. No idea. They stopped. Indeed. It's ambitious and untethered from reality, but. Ah, yeah, okay.
Okay, there we go. And then I came up here. And I looked at this and I grabbed this. And then I knocked on the door. But I died. So let's not do that. Oh, phase on a plane. Phase on a plane, like snakes on a plane. What you doing? If you want to tell me. The wall collapsed. It's inaccessible now. Oh, working. Yeah, I've never had a job that required, travel like that. Everything I do is local. They're like, if anything, they don't want me to go anywhere. Oh, okay. Central furnace. A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Island Empire. Looks like this furnace has a face in its... and it's a face of agony. Kim, what is this thing? It's a furnace. Look inside the furnace. Smear your hands with coal. Kick it with your foot. Leave. Yeah, I've only been on a plane twice. I was worried I would be scared of it, but no, it was fine. I got to go on it with my service dog, so that was interesting. Kim, what is this?
Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney.
He opens the door and gingerly peeks inside.
No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Look inside. It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness, you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice, or several voices, talking to each other, near the smoke chamber upstairs.
What are you doing?
The lieutenant asks when he sees you climb halfway inside the furnace. I'm hallucinating, or maybe it's the entity. I hear the murderer of the hanged man talking. I'm not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking upstairs. The entity.
Wait, really? Take your head out of the chimney, please. It's not safe.
The lieutenant sounds concerned. Esprit de corps. It feels safe to know that the lieutenant's got your back. Now and always. Those voices I heard, maybe it's the malignant entity. Policents said lives in the chimney.
You're right. The rooms do look like they're connected. But malignant entities don't exist. At least not the supernatural kind.
Rhetoric. Always has to be the skeptic. This man. Actually, I know where I can get a shirt that increases my what's it called? Physical instrument. I'll do that later. Ice Bear Fridge. You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment on its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. Oh, let's see. What is this thing? It looks like a giant ice bear. Crack open the door. Back off. The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued onto the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly door. Crack open the door. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun. Relax, Kim, it's a fridge. Look inside the refrigerator. The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled up ice cream wrappers with the brand name Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge. Take the note from the door. You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door. Examine one of the ice cream wrappers in there. A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge. What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper-carnivore.
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic. Oh, that's the postcard. Where's the note? Handwritten note from fridge. A handwritten note you found from the giant ice bear fridge. It still bears some marks from the fruit-shaped kitchen magnets that were used to secure it to the refrigerator door. A note from the fridge. The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on the surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
The lieutenant leans closer to read the crumpled note over your shoulder. Esprit de corps. This is tangential at best. But the lieutenant's detective instincts are still active. Read the note. Someone has scribbled S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. Talking about Kuno. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care. Sluislaw. However you say that name. I wonder who wrote that note.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here.
Sluislaw. Maybe they had to leave in a hurry. Maybe it's because of the entity. Guess we'll never know. The
That's
entity.
impossible.
Remind me again, what's a filament memory?
It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer.
Who's the illiterate ginger kid?
Really? You don't have a single guess?
No, you mean Kuno? No idea at all.
Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter.
Do you have any idea where the frozen ice cream maker could be?
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge.
Put the note away. Ice cream maker, defrosted and unplugged. I got a skill point. What should I put it into? Let me see, how much health do I have? I still only have 2 HP. Maybe I should... Let's see. Put 1 point into pain threshold. Sure. Oh wait, I don't think that... Oh wait, no, that doesn't give me health. No. No. Hold on. Okay, I already did this. I just need to look at the fridge stuff again.
Of course, let's take a look at... Good. I know. What is even worse...
Okay.
Does it say... Looks like that's a plausible hypothesis. It belongs inside a radio computer. Really? Oh, I don't know. I assume...
Okay, there we go. Okay, now what? A volition, actually. Volition's always good. The flashlight casts a strange shadow. There's a hidden doorway here. Two rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling. A hole in the wall. A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in. Where are we? Look around the secret room.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
Look, there's a hole in the wall. Shine light on the hidden compartment.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Okay, I do. Look inside. No, you do the honors. Back off. Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away. Rifles, Kim. Inspect the rifles.
Are these any good?
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others. This one looks nice. Take the rifle.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
What do you mean? A rifle? What does this mean, a rifle?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
Empathy. He likes this find. A frozen ice cream maker that's still running. This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut. Turn the ice cream crank. Try to crack open the lid and leave. Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby. Unplug the giant red cable. Unplug the black cable. Let's see, an electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now. Something close to you dies with a soft electric
Why
purr.
did you do that?
It's black, it's not like it's the red one. Because it's black, the color of immeasurable cosmos. I don't know why I unplugged it. I do things without any reason. The lieutenant raises his brow, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has one cable missing. Intercom wires are running into the breaker box. Oh, there's the antique Belle Margrave rifle. A broken Belle Margrave from ages past. It's a 4-shot bolt-action military rifle with a wooden frame. And I got a shirt. Insane mesh tank top. +1 drama. Clinically insane. Where did you even get that one? No, really. Who put that in the drawer? No further comments. Wear it at your own risk. What do I have? Logic? I'll take the logic. A cellar window. People's feet shuffling on by the street. The insane tank top. Oh, I forgot to mention, you can actually get the, you can actually get your necktie, the horrific necktie that I'm wearing. It can actually talk to you throughout the game, but at the beginning of the game you have to pass a bunch of skill checks, and I didn't have the stats for it, so it didn't happen. But you could do that if you spec'd into it early. The first night, I did buy my room. I think I have enough money. Yeah, I do have enough money for tonight as well. Yeah, I got enough money by begging that the rich lady on the boat for money, and she gave me a bunch of it. Well, 60. That's enough to cover the first night. Then the rest of it I've scrounged up by finding money and selling stuff and collecting bottles, Hobocop style. Let's see, try to crack open the, turn the ice cream. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. Island Empire. It's all gone now. You never became a poet or an anthroponaut. Crack open the lid. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. Interfacing, no. This is going to need something else, some kind of super pry bar. Don't even try to open it with a regular pry bar. You're just wasting your time. Hand-eye coordination. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective. I need a super pry bar. Well, I only have a regular one. Let's see, physical instrument, 3%. Minus 20, pry bar not strong enough. +2, machine unplugged. +1, better grip with gloves. Well, that's not going to happen. Actually, I say, let's see what happens if you... Don't do it. Oh, you just... Well, you don't lose anything, it seems. Okay. Physical instrument. The ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think you've got the bar jammed in there pretty well, but the lid simply won't budge. What is this? You see the pry bar as metal handle bending right before your very eyes.
That's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open.
Advanced? Where do we get one?
I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special tool.
Island Empire. Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's in the mysterious ice cream maker. There. And that's where it spits us out at, in front of here. That was when I originally read all of these, things on the electric doorbell, all of the businesses. That was sort of foreshadowing to the doomed commercial area. But I can actually go back here. To grab something real quick. There's a piece of clothing that will give me +1 to physical instrument, which I'll need in a moment. It's all connected. There it is. Oh, actually, since I unplugged this, does it say anything different? Let's see. The bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge slowly melting. The power has been cut off. There, physical instrument, let's see. Number 3, 58%. Yell hello into the furnace. Fail. You muster all your strength and yell, hee hee hee. Your dehydrated, hungover throat cannot produce little more than a dry croak. A lifetime of smoking and drinking will do that to you. The chatter from the chimney continue on as before. You seem to have made no impression on whatever's up there. Then again, maybe it's worth actually trying something up there.
Maybe you should let your voice rest, officer. Try again later.
Yes, since I'm gonna load anyway, kick it with your foot. Health critical. Oh, God. A hollow ring echoes through the furnace. Your toe hurts. Oh no, am I gonna die again? You feel... Oh no. Try to remain conscious. You feel pain and weakness. You have to surrender now. We all do. It gets so dark, you don't even see her face. Like you always thought you would. You only see pain and fear. And then I die. Cool, yeah. Because I kicked the furnace. It sucks only having 2 health bars. There. Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly ceases. Then... Hello? You hear a woman's voice answer. Island Empire. You've awakened the entity. This is the police. Who's there? I summon the ghost of this doomed commercial area. Answer me, spirit. Hello. Are you there? Speak to me. Hello? Did you say something? There's a pause. I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the 2nd floor. I'll open it. Perception. Hearing. You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Oh yeah, that's right, I put the flashlight away. There we go. This tray is full of dice, colorful, polyhedral dice, hundreds of them. The candy dispenser has been repurposed to contain thousands of dice.
Hello, I'm Nia.
A bird-like woman sits on a throne of tools, with emerald light shining through her hair.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius.
She taps on her headphones.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Island Empire, could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. Visual calculus. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching. Never mind.
As you wish. Till next time.
I need to change my clothes here. There, I'll take the shirt. Okay, that should be good.
Oh, it's you again. Did you try knocking on my window before?
Don't
Are
mind
you
me,
looking
just
for a
gonna
die?
just gonna change my shirt in front of you. I need the stat boost. There. Hold on. What do you mean by Milius?
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You
Oh
need a
shit.
two-way radio to access
I knocked
one.
over my water.
That's why I
Hold
have
on.
these.
Oh no. No, it's fine. Not much of it spilled. That was good. It was mostly empty anyway. There we go.
Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
You must have me confused with someone else. I haven't knocked on your window.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Oh no, most of my... Like, the only thing on this desk is the keyboard and the mouse. And I have a backup one in the event that something happens to them. The computer and all my other stuff are on my other desk. And the monitor, but I think it's too high up. Even if I spilled something on the desk, it wouldn't hurt it. Encyclopedia. Role-playing games. You know, the ones made by Fortress Accident. Does that count? Sure, I like role-playing games. I need some dice. Maybe. I'm not really sure why I'm here, honestly. No, I was looking for something else. Squint your eyes mysteriously. Answers. I'm not interested in buying dice right now. I'm a police officer, and I need to ask some questions.
Answers? How strange. These days people only come to me for dice and role-playing games. I'm not sure how helpful I'll be, but go ahead and ask.
The walls around her are covered with rows of precious stones and minerals. Conceptualization. It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shelves like stalagmites. Drama. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need. How did you become a dice maker?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
Do you like role-playing games yourself? Understood.
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
Rhetoric. Some of these nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items. Okay, I'd like to order some dice from you. What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling in rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Island Empire. Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here. The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then at the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
Yes. Somehow they're the richest nerds. What do you mean by daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids, and lately I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
Drama. She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
And you never took eyes off your work to look out the window.
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
I see. Thank you for your answers. She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Hey, where are we anyway? What is this place? Look around the room.
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of coal-black soot here and there.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Island Empire. Palisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know that people call it the doomed commercial area? Do you know what happened to the other tenants? Everyone else is gone.
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Wait, how do you explain what happened to all these companies then? Palisance is the one who sent me. She's convinced that this place is swarming with malicious energies.
It's just capitalism. We only hear about tales of success, so it's often surprising to realize how many ventures actually fail. Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
Plaisance is a wise woman. She has Simone's trinkets protecting her against the curse. Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers, and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going. The curse is just biding its time before it strikes again. Sooner or later, everyone will fall, even her. I don't know why the bookstore hasn't gone bankrupt yet. That's what I'm here to investigate.
All right, but it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
Hold on, the whirling is part of the doomed commercial area? Yes, but it's still a separate building. The malicious energies can't reach there. No, the whirling isn't doing well either. Its waitress just took off, and customers have trouble paying bills. Me. You're right. The whirling doesn't really look like it's cursed.
And then there is me.
She sighs, looking at her messy work table. All kinds of tools lie there scattered, from knives to carving files to wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Drama. Maybe it's just because she's so talented, and she's been able to woo the curse. Plaisance thinks it's because you're the source of it, a malignant entity. It's because you're competent and dedicated to your craft. The curse doesn't affect people like you. The curse will get you. Get to you. Have no doubts about it. It just doesn't care about earthly time frames. I'll be the first to admit, there are many inconsistencies to this so-called curse.
I was just about to ask, what do you think? Do you think the curse is real?
Island Empire, time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest. I think it still might be you that's causing this. Narrow your eyes, very mysteriously. I'm starting to see that there is no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations. Honestly, I'm still not sure. This world is a puzzling place.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
Drama. That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been through thorough and truthful, as far as we can see. Do you know what happened to the other tenants? Everybody else is gone. Or shivers. 8%. Why hasn't her business failed?
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
She adjusts the yellow scarf that covers her hair. Logic. Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind. There used to be a hair salon here, right?
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
Conceptualization. A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad. What's wrong with a bit of experimenting? The customers should have been more open-minded. I would never let anyone androgynous touch my hair, not even if my life depended on it. I guess I'm a simple man. I don't really have any opinions on hairstyles.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet.
She tucks a strand of hair under the headscarf. What happened to the gym?
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
And who was Artemitep?
A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
Maybe that's what Kuno needs. A community. A community-centric boxing club.
Kuno. Who's Kuno?
He's sort of the king around here. He's a little ginger gremlin who likes to defile dead bodies. Indeed, who is Kuno? Your guess is as good as mine. He's the king.
Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth. Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard.
She looks out the window. It's oddly quiet there at the moment.
I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid.
How did that community project work out? Judging from the kids I've met so far, it didn't really work out, did it?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
A logic. It's not really full of that. No one would dare store their drugs like that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
What's up with the broken windows?
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milius. Who would have guessed?
Encyclopedia. What's a snuff milieu?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
Cool. Very cool about the debris, but what's a stuff milieu? It's a shame about those windows. I'm not even going to ask about that milieu.
It's a sub-Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
Drama. Nothing changes in her tone as she says that, as if it's just another piece of information to lay out for the world.
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators.
Did someone here make stuffed animals? I saw mounts lying around.
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs. Anything else?
I found creepy mannequins.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
Insect rights activists. What in the name of... I didn't know insects had any rights. Or activists.
Yeah, the atelier didn't know it either. They produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
I'm glad someone took care of the little guys. I like insects. Nod. But insects don't have any brains or feelings. They got what they deserved. Making clothes out of beetle wings is a terrible idea. Someone took care of the little guys.
Really? Anyway.
What's with the rotor blades and skis?
They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money.
She rests her chin on her hand with an impish smile.
Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is.
Interesting. What do those transmissions say? That's illegal, running off with companies' money like that. Why hasn't he been arrested?
Sure, it's illegal, but it's not exactly anything extraordinary in business. Besides, Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around.
Logic. They were just props. Why return to them? Interfacing. Maybe you could make a sword out of one. No, wait, forget it. It would take too long. I found a strange machine.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
As she closes her eyes as some remnant of a memory lights up her face.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wiro. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
What do you mean, liberal? What happened?
The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
What went wrong?
Well, I did hear them talking at times.
As she looks at the hallway, as if she can still hear them chit-chat behind her curtains, on a cigarette break.
They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
A drama. She sounds almost mocking when she says that. From what I've seen so far, the project did look quite impressive. Really, they must have had a gigantic ego trip.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic, and to show up to work on time.
Well, showing up to work on time is incredibly hard. That's too bad. I would have supported them. The project looked great. You're right. They should have just tried harder. They had everything they needed to succeed.
And so it's producing something extraordinary.
Her eyes wandered to the shelves full of dye prototypes and discarded models.
Anything else?
There was a terrifying taxidermied bear in the cellar.
Oh boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here.
She smiles and leans closer, hands on her knees, like a stand-up comedian ready to tell a story.
The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
Indeed, what were the other ideas? Alright, what are the other ideas? I don't care about their other ideas. I just want to hear about the bear. Did the bear work?
There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
She leans back, disapproving. It apparently worked. Frit does the same thing. I know a girl just like that. She works at Frit as a cashier, and she's not particularly friendly. What did they expect? 20 cents per hour is dog's pay. I'm surprised that they showed up to work at all. That's an award-winning idea. How else do you choose people around you? I don't have an opinion on employing teens. I just want to know, did it work out for the business?
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the shop. At least that's what happened with Revachol ICT. And they already had the bear.
She closes her eyes as if remembering something painful. What about the bear? It didn't work out.
The bear.
She repeats, pressing thumbs into her temples like trying to suppress a headache. It didn't work out.
Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Revachol ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glacé 5000. Glacé 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents apiece, out of regular fridges.
It did barely work. Nod solemnly. It's the market doing its job. I'm sure the bear was doing its best. The bear was scary. Every time I saw the bear, I felt scared, like it could become alive any moment. Now, I killed the bear. You unplugged it.
You did what?
She rolls her swivel chair an inch closer to you, unsure whether she heard you right. I had to kill the bear to become the bear. I murdered it with my own bare hands. I laid it to rest. It's my trophy now. I unplugged the fridge to help Revachol Ice City cut their losses. I murdered it with my bare hands.
Really? You broke it? What a shame. It was a terrifying beast, but I was fond of it. The taxidermist who made it said it was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. He called it Megatherion.
Conceptualization. Sounds cool. Megatherion. What's a vision beast? Very cool. But I don't want to hear about bears anymore. Let's move on.
Megatherion, a mega wild beast.
What's a mega wild beast?
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life by telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
I don't do drugs. I do drugs. I've got a vision beast myself. I don't have a comment on drugs.
Do you? Well, good luck keeping it under control. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire. Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long time.
I found the building's intercom, but it's not working.
Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me.
As she rubs her forehead, her scarf has left a faint line on her dusty skin.
I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion.
So you're telling me that you have a doorbell there? Which one? I have a few more questions about the building.
The one with an empty name card. It's the last one in the list. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet.
I have a few more questions about the building.
Sure, I'm listening.
More questions about the intercom.
I'm pretty sure it
Oh,
still
that's-
doesn't work.
oh,
Sure,
that's in there.
I'm listening. Good.
Other
I hope
questions.
it clarified things a bit. What else?
Oh, here we go. This.
Rigorous self-critique. Here it is. Hard facts from the man you are. You once jerked off in the locker room and were caught. You held a young woman by the arm and kept her in your apartment for 20 minutes against her will. That's right. These are not flights of fancy. These are real deeds, Harry, emerging from the darkness of your past. You tried shooting a fleeing suspect in the foot, but hit him in the pelvis, crippling him for life. And, above all, you let life defeat you. All the gifts your parents gave you, all the love and patience of your friends, you drowned in a neurotoxin. You let misery win, and it will keep on winning till you die, or overcome it.
What's it give me? Bonuses for the thought. Int and Psi. Red check failures heal +1 morale. Biz and Mott red check failures heal +1 health. The learning cap for pain threshold raised to 6.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
I'd like to
Of
buy a
course.
die.
Tell me what you have in mind.
Do you know about the Whirl Untethered setting? I want a die for that. Do you have any cursed dice? Tell me about your most extraordinary die. I'm sorry, I don't actually want a die right. I want ... Just a normal die for me, please. Very regular. I'm looking for something to help with my work. Actually, I need more time to think about it.
Ah, yes. Fortress accident. It's too bad they never finished their game. The Whirl Untethered die is a variation of a standard role-playing die. Only, instead of plants, it uses motives of ice and death. And loss, of course.
Conceptualization, ice, death, loss. Sounds like you.
I'm thinking something made from alligator jawbone, cast in black resin. The reptile bone is as white as ice and dead as, well, death. For 7 real, I could have it ready in 8 hours.
What's a standard role-playing die? What do you need to cast it in resin? What do you need to cast? Why do you need to cast it in resin? It's a deal. Order the die. I should maybe get a different one. Back off.
It's an icositetrahedron, a 24-sided die that can produce results for 2-sided, 3-sided, 4-sided, 6-sided, and 12-sided die with a single roll. Technically, you can also use it for many other sizes, but you may need to reroll results.
Logic. Loving it. So nifty. Why do you need to cast it in resin?
Untreated bone is porous and prone to chipping. Cast it in something hard like resin though, and voila, it's perfect.
It's a deal. Order the die.
Maybe
Back
you
off.
have some other ideas for dice?
Do you have any cursed dice?
What do you mean by cursed?
Cursed. As cursed as this commercial area. As cursed as my life. Abracadabra. Perished like this world. Cursed as my
Alright,
life. There you
How
go.
about I surprise you? Come back in 8 hours with 7 real, and I'll give you your cursed die.
Actually, let's see,
Maybe
back
you have
off.
some other ideas for dice?
Tell me about your most extraordinary die.
A star that fell from the firmament? Those cost more than 7 real. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm a star myself, a superstar, and superstars don't care about money. No, I'm afraid it's not worth it, sorry.
Yes, you definitely have the proper attitude. How about a pair of 100-sided dice, made of ivory and inlaid with lodestone, a naturally occurring magnet, to complement your magnetic personality?
Encyclopedia. Pieces of lodestone were used as the first magnetic compasses, which they derive from other names, coarse stones.
10 real, and I can get these ready in 8 hours.
But do magnetic dice even roll properly? It's a deal.
It's true, magnetic dice are definitely different. When rolled together, the magnetic fields of the pips interact with each other to push and pull on each other as they're rolled, just like all magnetic personalities do. Maybe you have some other ideas for dice?
I'm sorry, I don't actually know what die I want.
How about an amber die?
Amber, a poor man's gold. No, amber sounds too boring.
Who told you amber was cheap? It's beautiful, really, and has been treasured since the ancient times. For 7 real, I'll craft you a 13-sided die from piece of amber with a fossilized insect. It's perfect for those who can't seem to let go of their past.
Sounds like me. It's a deal. Order or back off.
I had a feeling. Maybe you have some other ideas for dice?
Just a normal die for me, please. Very regular.
A normal die? I'm a novelty dice maker. I don't make normal dice.
What do you do then?
Polyhedral dice. Dice that have more than 4 sides. Octahedrons, trapezohedrons, dodecahedrons. But also barrel dice and teetotum bowls. Come on now, be a little creative.
I'm looking for something to help with my work.
I think I have just the right one for you.
She opens the top drawer of her work desk and takes something out. 2 polyhedrons, red and blue, are cradled in her palm. Esprit de corps. Police colors. Because I'm a police officer, right?
Not the most original, I know, but sometimes the obvious choice is obvious because it's best. Here, catch. They're a gift from me.
Oh, here we go. I remember this. Logic. A beautiful woman tossing you a gift. Whatever do you do? Don't overthink it. Hand-eye coordination. Catch the dice. Let them fall on the ground. It's -1. Totally overthinking it. Oh, success. I failed this last time, and I lost the dice, so I didn't get them during my playthrough. Mr. Smooth moves. You snatch the dice out of the air with one hand, just like you're in a movie. Wink at the dice maker. Say nothing. Act like you've done this 1,000 times.
Oh,
Wink.
what are the odds? The red one is
42%.
made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli inlay, and the blue one is the inverse. I believe these dice are your lucky charm, officer.
She winked back at you. Can you believe it? You truly are Mr. Smooth Moves.
You definitely need luck in Martinez. Was there anything else?
Nope, that's all. There. Procedural dice set, Sirens. These 20-sided dice have the colors of the police alarm, bloodstone for red and lapis lazuli for blue. If you roll them and squint your eyes, it looks like you're arriving on the scene. And it's raining. Note, look at the map tab in the journal to see which white checks have opened. Oh, they make it so that you can see on your map your white checks. the things you can re-roll. I forget what the other ones do. You can order them and they give you some other ability. I'll look at that later. I'll go back to the thing for now. Back downstairs.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
The dark sarcophagus paused dramatically.
Yes, yes. How was it?
Drama. Tell her how ghastly it was. You know, it's what she wants to hear. It was a carnal house of failed business enterprises, leeching life energy from this bookstore. Honestly, a dump. Nothing to see there. Just heaps of garbage. Someone should let the sun shine in. I'm in no position to give out personal opinions.
I knew it. Oh, such horrors that have been thrust upon us. But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity?
I talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Nia, and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
She's not a sorceress or some malicious entity. She's a businesswoman, like you. No, ma'am. I felt her aura. She's not the one to blame for this curse. She may be involved, but I don't have any way to question the malignant entity further.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
Logic. The narrative she's built herself. It does need tearing down. Suggestion. Just don't say that you don't have any answers yet. The uncertainty is killing her. A drama. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire. She says that there is no curse because there are too many inconsistencies. She said it's just capitalism. Bankruptcy is a quirk of our economic system. Lie. The source is in the taxidermist's shop. He became involved in arts darker than taxidermy. and brought the void spirits down upon this place? Honestly, I don't have an answer yet. There's still leads to follow, like the strange radio computer thing. There's another entity, more malignant, pulling the strings in Martinez. Perhaps in my travels, I will cross paths with it. I mean, this one isn't wrong, I guess.
A third order presence, yes.
She lets go of the pendant.
I've heard of these triactors. In certain occult literature, that's too dark to dwell on for too long, and definitely not in public. I understand everything, sir. Thank you for your descending into the maelstrom. I will keep fort up here, strengthen the wards, do my best. And if you happen upon the third entity in your travels, may the Lord be with you.
She performs an X shape across her chest.
Well, this has been absolutely educational. If we happen on the third presence in our travels, we will certainly come back to tell you.
Island Empire, yes. The venture continues. In other waters, darker waters.
Should we get out of here before the vortex collapses?
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime. Oh yes, how's my precious doing? She's a good girl.
Strikes
Mind
me
your
as
own
wrong.
business, sir.
Let's see. Denial is the way she copes. Let's see.
Mind your own business.
Oh, okay. Can't do anything with that. Maybe if I talk to her again.
Hello, sir. How is the investigation going? Found any curses yet?
Yeah, I found a way into the doomed commercial area.
Oh, that's great! I hope exciting adventures lie ahead. And maybe you can help Mother become less afraid.
Okay. Well, I guess I can't do anything with that at the moment. Let's see. What should I do now? What time is it? It's getting pretty late. I have work in the morning and I'm still really tired, so I think I'll just call it an early one there for tonight. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching. And have a good night.